I've done one wheel. I'm going to show you how I did it. This is the first wheel, well, rubber tired wheel I've ever done. So we've got the center hubs, tread. I filled this in, this seam here, with drywall, and I'll show you how I did it. So I pre-lay everything out using a compass and a ruler. I've laid out all the tires, all of the center hubs, well, not the center hubs, but the hub itself, and then the rim of the hub. You can see here. And with the tires, you'll see that I pre-cut the center out before I cut it loose with an X-Acto knife. You want to do that first. It's easier to get a hold of the entire piece and cut that out. And I'll do the same thing with all the rest of these parts too. I've gotten a little bit ready here. Here's the tread. I measure out, measure in 3 spaces, and then connect it with a ruler. And then I cut them off as needed. Now I've got a little bit ready to go here. Pre-cut so that it won't take that long. Okay, the first thing I do is I use 2 types of glue. I use either Elmer's glue, clear, or Gorilla Glue gel. And the reason I have 2 different glues is this is instant dried. This gives me a little movement. So the center hub is going to go underneath on the inside. Like this. Like this. Now it's going to move for a while. I have a small skewer here. Oh, actually, yeah. Okay, down like that. And then this is, again, gives me movement for a little while. We'll let that dry. Okay, that's dried on. And why I did that is to make this a little recessed away from what will be the tire. Small details like that will add up a lot in the end. I could have just put, left this in here and put the lug nut holes in and then put this on. But just a little bit of detail like that will make a lot of difference. You also see too, look, I write on everything. Look, this says tire. Everything is written on. I have notes on everything. Hub, tire. So I know what I'm doing when I cut stuff out. I've made many mistakes. All right. So that was Elmer's glue, slow drying glue. So I could move it around, make sure it didn't dry in place too quick. I'm gonna do Elmer's glue again. It's a big bottle, which is a mistake because it pours too much too quick. But this will be the outside of the rim, the lip of the rim that holds the tire in it. Put that on, spin it around a little bit, get that in place, like that. And then I take a tool like this, wipe off the excess that squeezes out, and then a clamp, hold it shut. We'll let that dry. Okay, that's dried now, and now I'm going to move to the Gorilla Glue because I want this to dry faster. Not worried about it moving around. I always get glue on my fingers, always. Okay. I'm having a small skewer here. Leave the point on. Put it through. And that's going to make sure this is completely center. Since this is super glue, this will dry within seconds. And that's dry. Okay. Now these treads, this traction, these treads on the outside, that's this pre-laid out piece I've done. Let's just cut one loose, like this. Okay, then we've got it here. Then what I do, take it, put on the edge of the table, point a finger on it, push, turn it over, same thing other end, and I've just rounded that out. Okay. And now what I'm going to do, this seam right here, I'm going to move from that, work from that area. A little bit of super glue on just the end to get that started. I eyeball this. I'm going to do 4 rows, so you've got to pretty much keep in mind what you're doing as far as spacing. That's glued that fast. Notice I don't put glue all the way around the edge, all the way around it yet. Wipe the excess off. A lot of things I measure, some things I eyeball. Match it right up to where I started. Glue that in place. That overhang, take nippers right in there. And I've got my first tread. This part, this hub right here, or not hub, the rim, here it is before it's cut out. So I've got the outside ring that's going to be cut. This interior ring is just for measurement to know where to put the lug nuts. And then you've got, there's a hole in the center that dictates where the compass went, so that is dead center. So how I get lug nuts, go to the top, I take the scratch awl, put a hole, go to the direct bottom, scratch awl, put a hole. I'm using this outside for basic measurement. Then go to the right, put a hole, left, put a hole. Then I just cut the distance between what's left. This way I don't have to measure this out. So I've got the guide holes. Then I take this file, I go from this side, the side that's going to face out, and I push in. Just drill it a little bit. This is the illusion of lug nuts. Instead of making little lug nuts, you look at the original Hiss, it's got basically holes instead of rivets on the sides. That's kind of where I got this. So there. So then I'll cut this out, and that will go in the back. Well, this tire's not cut out, but it'll go back here. All right, all the traction's on there. So now there's 2 of them done. These will not be glued on here yet, nor will these skewers be cut to length yet. That's last minute stuff. When I get to the end of this vehicle and it's painted and so forth, I will show you what's going to go on then. These just sticker buttons I got at Hobby Lobby. I'm going to use this as the centers, but again, that won't be till the end. If I do it now, then the painting would be ridiculous. So this goes on last, but there you can see, this is how the wheel started. I've got a video backwards. You can see how I made these. This is very, very thick. You can see what it turns into. So I've got the tire on the outside and then the rim on the interior. This is my first tires. I've not done tires before. So I just figured this out. Made perfect sense to me. Hope you enjoyed it.